Today it's Plymouth Argyle versus Lincoln City. Plymouth, another tough game for them. Obviously against midweek we had Peterborough, and now Lincoln. Obviously Lincoln, they're flying in the league. They're playing really well. Our previous fixtures against Lincoln though, the 28th of November 2020 we beat them 2-0 in the FA Cup. Previous to that, on the 20th of October in the same year 2020 we lost 2-0 away. And then previous to that, in 2013, we beat them 5-0 in the FA Cup. But previous to that, again on the 23rd of March 2002, we won 1-0 away again in the league. Lincoln, they're second in the league. They've been up at the top of the league all year, and they've played really well throughout. They've got obviously Alex Palmer, on loan from struggling Premier League side West Brom. Cracking keeper. He was brilliant when he was down here with Argyle. It's going to be a struggle for Argyle to score today, but like I say, we beat them 2-0 last time they came down here, with Ben Reeves wonder strike. But yeah, previous fixtures for Lincoln, they drew 2-2 with Swindon, beat Wigan 2-1, drew to Accrington 2-2, 0-0 with Hull, and beat Gillingham 3-0. While with Argyle, we obviously lost 3-0 to Peterborough midweek. We drew 0-0 with Rochdale previous to that. Previous to that, again, we beat Fleetwood 1-0 and then beat Accrington 1-0 and drew 2-2 with Portsmouth. So if you have a look at the 5 games, we're probably, it's quite even. Obviously, Argyle's got a loss in that 5 games, which we picked up, obviously, midweek, and our first loss in the league. So it's quite an achievement. But like I say, Alex Palmer's going to cause trouble for Argyle today. It's going to be hard to score against him. But we just got to hope our defence can stop Lincoln's attack. Ryan Lowe has made 3 changes to the lineup, and a very controversial change. He's brought off Panucci Kamara and he's put him on the bench for Conor Grant. I would not have done that personally. I think Panucci Kamara has been one of our better players this season and our best signing, to be completely honest. But Conor Grant, he's an outstanding player. I prefer him out on the wing back, as I think he has more. He's got a cracking cross on him. He's got more freedom, I'd say. But we'll run through the lineup. No change in the goalkeeper and back 3. So Cooper, Ameson, Apoku, Watts, Edwards and Lewis. Nice to see Edwards start. I think Edwards is a quality player. And nice to see Lewis playing. I think it's his first start since Sunderland away, where we won 2-1. So it's nice to see him start. Maybe he can cause havoc for the Lincoln defence today and possibly get himself a goal. The 3 in the middle, Grant, Fornar, Mayer. Like I say, I would have kept Panucci in there, but he's on the bench. Maybe you might bring him on later on in the game. Ryan Lowe might. And then up front, Hardy and Ennis. Jephcott bench is quite a shock to see, considering all the speculation about Jephcott and his £4 million price tag and his 16 goals this season. I'm quite surprised he's been benched. But to be completely honest, he hasn't really been hitting the mark the last couple of games. But yeah, so hopefully we can hold Lincoln out or possibly get ourselves a couple goals in this first half, because obviously, as we all know, Argyle's second half performances aren't promising. So I'll see you for end of first half now. What a half of football. From a neutral perspective, this is a cracking game. Straight from the first whistle, it's been just end-to-end stuff. Argyle's came out on top though in the first half, scoring 2 goals to Lincoln's 1. Ennis was pulled down for a free kick in the first minute, which Lewis took. And it wasn't a poor free kick. I think the defender just jumped high enough, and it was blocked by the wall. But then the attack didn't really die. Conor Grant crossed the ball in. There was a handball, and a deflected handball, and then it fell to Watts, and his reactions were just quicker, and he got the goal in. So that gave Argyle a 1-0 advantage. But from that, they didn't stop. They carried on kicking forward, and that's, I've slated Danny Mayer in the past for not taking shots, and to be fair to him, before his goal he had another opportunity where he probably should have shot and he probably could have scored, and the commentator did say Ryan Lowe didn't look happy when he didn't. But Fornar, who he's been playing well, He's on a yellow card, unfortunately, but that is deserved. I won't be surprised if he comes off. It's going to be hard for him to stay 45 minutes without, you know, without making a foul and possibly getting himself a red, which is what we really don't want. He beats a couple men. He plays it through to Mayer. This is around a halfway line. Mayer runs at the defence, takes on 3 defenders, dribbles it wide, and then from about he cuts just inside the box and shoots, and it's a good finish. If I'm being completely honest, Alex Palmer should be saving it. He's not having the best of games. He hasn't been what to scratch that, you know, I remember him as, but who knows, he might be might have, you know, the Argyle in his head. Who knows. But yeah, Poku did go down in around the 15th minute. He did end the first half playing, but it was a bit of a shame seeing him down, considering, you know, he's our best defender, and it'd be a shame to see him go off. But yeah, and then Conor McGrandle, he had a good finish for Lincoln. To be fair, Lincoln, they've kept that Argyle. While they were 2-0 down, they still kept pushing for a goal, because I think they know that, you know, in the second half, Argyle's known for being a bit shaky. But hopefully this don't happen this second half anyway. But he's just inside the box, and he said it towards the near post. Michael Cooper couldn't do nothing about it. Michael Cooper's had not much to do, to be honest. It's been end-to-end stuff, but he's made a couple of saves. Same as Alex Palmer, he's had not much to do apart from pick the ball out of his own net. But yeah, I'm hoping now we don't bottle it in the second half. You know, we got to carry on pushing forward and end the half how we started. Possibly bring Fauna off as he's on a yellow. But yeah, the second half now, and what a game of football! What a 90-minute game of football! Terrific, really. Tyrese Fauna came off a pan-shoot Kamara it straight at half-time. But like at the start of the first half, Argyle won. Well, I don't know if it was between Argyle weren't very good or Lincoln just applied more pressure. Callum Watts unfortunately gave away a penalty, and to be fair to him, it wasn't malicious. You know, it wasn't bad defending. He's clearly went to get the ball, and you know the player was just too quick for him. And Michael Cooper, to be fair to him, George Grant, his penalty went down the middle. Michael Cooper got a foot to it, which pulled it to the left side. Unfortunately, went in. But at the end of the day, it's a sticky one, because if Kel Watts didn't get the ball or didn't attempt to get the ball, the player would have gone through. But he did try and get the ball, and then he conceded the penalty. So, you know, Callum Watts, he had a great game. He scored our first goal. He was quite solid at the back, and towards the end of the game, he was quite composed in a few of his clearances. But straight after 2-2, George Grant, I don't want to call him a cheat, but it was never a penalty. He's nutmegged Mayer. He's mugged him and then fell right on himself. And the refs gave another pen, but it was never a penalty. And if there was replays, if there was VAR, well, I doubt they would have gave a pen, but you know, it was never a pen. But also on about George Grant, he went down. It looks as if a serious bad ankle injury. So all the best to him. Hopefully he can recover well. But then as soon as that happened, as soon as Lincoln went 3-2 up, you know, Argyle, it was sloppy. You know, we didn't really get anything in the game until about 65th minute. And then, you know, Lincoln were wasting chances. But from there, Argyle brought on Sam Woods for a Poku, who he was struggling. He went straight down to the changing room when he was coming off, or he was going down in that direction. So hopefully it's nothing serious. Like I say it all the time. Poku's our best centre-back. Not our best centre-back today. I think Callum Watts, he played very well. Same as Ameson. And then we also brought on Jeffcott for Ennis, which Ennis, he had a really good game again. He hasn't really had a bad game. It was unfortunate he didn't get a goal. I reckon he probably would have if he stayed on. But it's unfortunate. Hardy, he had a chance blocked from Endu. Don't know. and then Edwards had a chance saved after Hardy went around the keeper. But Argyle's third goal, Kamara has played it back to Conor Grant. Conor Grant has hit it, and it could be either Conor Grant's goal, and it was sort of a half volley lifted into the top bin, top left corner, or it could be a Joe Edwards header. I don't know who had it. Whoever had it, though, that turned our game around. From then, we were applying so much pressure, just on at them. And then Ryan Lowe made his last couple substitutions. He brought off Lewis for Ben Reeves and pushed Conor Grant out wide, I think. And then he brought on Cowdy Lolos for Hardy, which, to be honest, I think is a bit of a wasted sub. I don't know why we're bringing on someone like Lolos. I think Hardy should have stayed on and ran the minutes down for the experience. But nonetheless, Lolos, he didn't really do anything wrong. He just sat around. I think he had a couple of touches of the ball. And then around in the 85th minute, it was like a 2-on-1 situation for Lincoln. I thought it was curtains for Argyle. I thought it's a goal. And Michael Cooper, what a save. He played really well today. He's made so many good saves, and he has for the past few games. And to be honest, it was between him or Danny Mayer, my man of the match today. They both played extremely well. And then the referee gave 6 minutes added on at the end, which was quite surprising. But it sort of made sense for the George Grant when he went down. He was down for about 3-4 minutes. And then the goals on top. It was around 6 minutes. And that was when our last minute winner happened. Kamara, he got the ball. He ran up. He's edged it to Edwards. 2 assists today for Kamara. He's edged it to Edwards. And Edwards, he's touched it and it's sort of flicked up. And it's sort of had the half volley effect where he's hit it. And it's went right into the bottom corner. Alex Palmer had no chance. And there was defenders in the way of it. So I doubt he even saw it coming. But that's just brilliant. And then we sort of kept them out from there. And yeah, that's a cracking 3 points. It's another 3 points we need to try and push ourselves into the playoffs. And all the best to Lincoln. Lincoln, they're a very good side. It was such a good game of football where we were, it was attacking end to end. But yeah, now we move on to Northampton away and then Doncaster away. So 2 away games. I'll try and see if I can film a sort of football type video, possibly for soon. But until then, hopefully Argyle can pick 6 points on the road. Come on.